Ladies and gentlemen, he's the greatest character actor of his generation, and he is the most popular movie star in the world for good reason. It is my great pleasure to award Favorite Actor of the Decade.
And your choice for favorite dramatic movie actor is?
It's wonderful to work with such a great talent.
And your choice for favorite movie actor is?
Today becomes a Disney legend.
To be a nominee for favorite movie icon, your star must burn so bright you enchant fans all over the world. So, the people chose the one and only and one of my personal favorites.
Everyone, please welcome Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp!
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
To Mr. Jonathan Depp.
I have described Johnny, as many people have, as having cinematic brilliance or having a deep reservoir of emotional intelligence, which is what it takes to play the parts that he plays. But one of the things that Johnny has is a deep humanity.
The man that I know and love is the man who's here tonight and who's like on form and does everything the right way. And you know, people go through all kinds of weird stuff in the world, and it's just a shame that it has to be dragged out into the public, because God knows he's been one of the most private and stand-up people I've ever met. So.
He is lovely. There's no bad side to the man. I've worked with him 3 times, and I've never seen him be anything but charming with everybody on set, from the person that cleans the trailer to the producers of the movie. He is generous with his time and giving of himself, and as an actor he is only interested in making the scene better.
Magical. He is. He's a creature. He's a real, true artist.
I've never heard a bad word said about Johnny Depp.
Me either,
Yeah, so how do you pull that off?
Oh, he's the best, and unfortunately the media kind of picks on certain people, and it was his turn in the barrel, but he's a fabulous guy, great artist.
Johnny Depp's one of the great character actors of our time, I believe. Trapped in a leading man's body, he's got the best of both worlds. He has a brilliantly absurd sense of humor. He's a great player, he puts on Jack. He just goes into the character, and he's a great combatant.
Also, I had a scene which was quite hard on me and quite upsetting, and I was taking a break after it, and I was kind of a mess, and he came over and he just started telling me wacky stories about his life, and it really did distract me and cheer me up. And he could sense what was going on, and he's a good friend.
That's so lovely.
He was so lovely to work with. He has this extraordinary kind of intensity in his character, but he also has a charm and a kind of playfulness in Grindelwald that I think it's not as easy as him just being a sort of bad guy, the character. He sort of seduces you at the same time and charms you and begins to kind of mess with your head and go, what am I thinking?
Cool was it that he came and did that?
It
was fantastic.
So cool.
And let me tell you, when he started speaking, you could have heard a pin drop.
I
know.
There was this aura in the room. It was incredible. And suddenly we were all on. Everyone was like, yeah, and it was just respect. Like silence.
Hadn't worked with him, hadn't met him, and he's a complete delight because he's a fellow actor on the set. You're not aware of anything else. Just huge sense of humour, always available, but incredible concentration and very sharing.
I'll be the guy in charge of the bombs. I'm much more steady-handed than Johnny.
But clearly what the rest of the world would think as well.
Maybe not, I don't know. He's a pirate, but I'm a rock singer. But he can be whatever he wants to be. I think we'll have to talk that out. I'm gonna have to have a summit with him. We'll decide. I think maybe me president, maybe him vice president. I want him to let him get, a little bit more rest than me, because has to be so handsome.
What's your relationship been like? Very loving, friendly relationship?
Yeah, it's because when I was shooting Pirates, the whole time I was pregnant from the beginning. And the way that he was with me, the way they took care of me, I will remember that for the rest of my life.
There's nobody I admire more than Mr. Depp.
Johnny, I think, has always played very unique characters, and I think he's always, in pretty much every film he's done, he's likable. There's something very likable about him. He's a nice person, and I think that kindness and that fun comes across in anything he does.
I loved working with him. I've been a huge fan, like everyone, for so long, and I just admire his talent. And he just didn't disappoint. It was a great experience.
He's a very simple man, beautiful soul, and a very professional actor. He gives absolutely everything to his work. He's very focused and very generous. He's not in his bubble as sometimes big stars are. He's just a real pleasure, and he has a great sense of humor. So that was lots of fun.
He really is a great musician.
Yeah.
And when I first
very humble too.
Been a fan of his, since I ever saw his movies and all that shit. And I saw him play guitar in that Chocolate. And I said, man, someday if I ever meet him, I gotta ask him to show me how to play that, because he's the real deal.
I came to Los Angeles the first time in 1994. I spoke no English. I only knew how to say two sentences. One was, how are you? The other one was, I want to work with Johnny Depp. In the last 10 years, I've worked with him twice, and that has improved my English. So now I can get to say, I know how to say, I want to work with Johnny Depp again. Thank you, Johnny, for your friendship, for your talent, and for being such an inspiration to so many of us always.
It was so easy. He was just open arms and laughter, fun, but also, God, anything you talk to. He's really done his homework on this. And I know he's very offhand and cool, but he really knows his onions.
I thought I was sort of cool until I met him. And then he was so cool and rolling cigarettes and stuff. And I was like, wow, I'm a total nerdy mom. And I'm
It was a journalist told us in America that we'd been working together for 10 decades. So we're a lot older than we look. We actually have known each other before the invention of cinema, so it's quite, we have quite a long, good relationship.
The weird thing is I believed her.
God, you guys are like family now. I mean, it's...
Well, we're kind of like a strange family.
Yeah.
But we don't really see each other. Like normal family.
Yeah.
I guess in terms of acting, he's phenomenal. The sort of range of characters that he can play. But what really stood out to me is just how great a person he is, and how great a friend he's been to me. So yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah. It's not like most people we know. There is something offbeat about him that is intriguing and ultimately attractive.
Johnny Depp playing that part, because on the page it was an absolutely straight lead. There was none of the kind of Jack Sparrowness, none of the drunkenness, none of that was in there.
Keith Richards.
None of the Keith Richards was in there, and so the first time I saw it was at the read-through, and just going, wow, you can make that from that. How does that imagination, is astonishing.
It was very good to see him again. As always, he was gracious and welcoming.
Johnny Depp's a gifted actor who has a fearless approach to his work and is ambitious and wants to go to some strange, wonderful places, which makes him perfect for Grindelwald.
There is no such a favorite moment, like every moment is favorite.
I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.